because they negated the constitutional safeguards that had been put in our Constitution to protect us against the very thing that's happening today. I remember when we marched from Town Hall down to Hyde Park here, and people hissed at us, yelled at us and threw things at us in the street. They said we were nutters and weirdos. But I can tell you, when they do away with our constitutional protections, anything can happen. But I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that you're all here, because this is a fight for our life. It's a fight for our children. There's been many very eloquent and good speeches being given here today, and I'm very, very thankful for them all, because we're setting before you people a way out of this rubbish, and you are rising to the challenge. It's our fight. We have sown the wind, we're reaping the whirlwind. We put our trust in the nanny state, and it crept up on us. We gave away our rights incrementally over the years for safety. And safety was the mantra. It became the new god of Australia. And now it's come back to bite us on the rear end. We do not want a safe society. My son, who fought in Afghanistan, he didn't fight he gave up his safety so that people could have freedom. We have given up our freedom so we can have a perception of safety. We've been sold a pup. We've been sold a lemon. We need to take it back. When I was young, my parents warned me about drug dealers in the street who were using peer pressure to try and sell me drugs. Today it's our government that are using peer pressure to try and sell us drugs. It was a problem back then, it's a problem now. At the Informed Medical Options Party, we see the problem, we saw the problem, and we're here to fight the problem. We're on your side. We love Australia, we love their Constitution, we love freedom, and we will give our hearts, our lives, and our souls. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Oh yeah, they are.
All right, guys, you'll see some pretty young girls walking around with these buckets, okay? These are contributions to pay for this setup, so if you can, drop a coin in. You can't? I totally understand. I know exactly what's going on. But your support, this couldn't have been done without you all. So thank you. Right, now, let's get back to business. On today, right now, I've been actually told that officially every single one of you is an honorary SAS soldier. So, with that said, you are about to be addressed by the future Commander-in-Chief, Lieutenant Colonel Ricardo Bosi!
Yeah! Fuck yeah! Let's go, Ricardo! Ricardo Bosi!
All right, settle down. Settle down, everyone. Good afternoon, Sydney. Now let's get ready to rumble! But before we do, bow your heads. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In 1776, a group of North American colonists penned the following words. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. These are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And governments are formed with the consent of the people to deliver those. And when those governments become destructive to the ends of the people, then the people have the right to alter or abolish that government. We, 250 something years later, are in a bad place because we handed over our authority, our sovereignty, our lives, our money and our children to bad governments. That is now at an end. But we have to step up. We must lead ourselves because the leadership of every organ of state is utterly corrupted. And that opens up a job for every one of you, every one of us. We must lead ourselves, we must lead our families, we must lead our unions, our businesses, our communities, our towns, our cities, our states, and finally, we must lead the country. To do this, each and every one of you must step forward first. That's what leaders do. They go first. Now, the first one through the door gets a blood nose. That's standard. And every digger knows that. But every one of us must now step forward. From today, no more masks. No QR codes. And no more vaccines. Now, those opening lines of the Declaration of Independence are beautiful, but they mean nothing without the last lines. And I'll leave you with this. We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. That is how we win. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's a lot of energy, but I think it's time to just sort of calm down. Okay? So up next, I've got a guy, top bloke, he's going to teach you some method and bring in some positive energy and let out the negative energy. Right? I'm very serious because this stuff works. Put it together, Ben Borg.
Thank you everyone for having me here in this time, in this space. I speak to you not as the physical person, not as the skin that you are. I speak to your heart, I speak to your soul. And I call and wish to share with you a vision of the most beautiful world that is possible. Not for us, not for your children, but their children, and their children to come. I invite you now just to close your eyes. We do this all together. Closing your eyes down. And as you take a deep breath, breathe into your heart. Breathe into your heart and see this vision, see this light. See this moment and feel it. Feel the moment of freedom. The moment of choice, of love, of unconditional love. See it. Who are you with? Who is by your side, hearing the sounds of the birds in the trees, the sounds of the children laughing as they play freely, the sound of laughter as you have and share a conversation and meal, wherever you are, whoever you're with, feeling that, bringing it into your heart, feeling the sun shining down on you, outside as you squeeze your toes into the earth, feeling it underneath as you connect in, bringing that into your heart, bringing this now. This is a world that we know is possible. It is happening right now, and it is up to us to bring it forth to this moment, right here, within you. Be in truth, in compassion, be in love. As we pump. Calling it in, calling it forth. This is waiting for us, and this is here, and this is now. You are here for a reason. You were born for this. Thank you so much.
All right. I'm sorry, but the children come first. He had a question and I had to answer it. Up next is a footballer. Anybody knows a footballer knows about commitment, sacrifice, and what they put their bodies through just to entertain us all. But this footballer took a stand, and he's continuing to take a stand. A mental stand. Belief in oneself. He did it on the football field, and he's doing it out here in front of you all. He's been doing it for a very long time. Put your hands together for Mitch Allgood.
Thank you. Sydney, wow. Honoured to be here today, standing amongst everyone. As it was just said, my name is Mitch Allgood. Previously played rugby league, and throughout my entire rugby league career, I had some huge battles and faced some tough opponents. None greater than the one we Australians are all facing now. But when I look out here today, this is the best team that I have ever been a part of, and I have no doubt we will win this fight. I, like many other Australians, am feeling the impact of these vaccine mandates, and I have been sacked from my job for not receiving this experimental jab. Vaccines are meant to be given voluntarily, without undue pressure, coercion, and manipulation. Is the ultimatum to get the shot or be stood down not pressure? Is it not coercion when you are told you won't be paid if you refuse an injection? Is rushing people into a procedure without giving them time to make an informed decision not manipulation? Where there is risk, there must be choice. And I refuse to play Russian roulette with mine or my children's health. I may have had the means to financially provide for my children unfairly taken away from me. But what I will be providing for my children is the example of how to stand strong in your truth. I'll be providing the example of not allowing anyone to bully or manipulate you into going against your beliefs. I'll be providing the example of how to fight for your freedoms and hold the line. We will not comply and we will not back down. With each new mandate comes a new opportunity. An opportunity to create a new way forward. A way that far better serves us than the systems we are leaving behind. It's time to reclaim our power and pave this new way forward for our children. And that's exactly what we are doing here today. I want to share these words with you that really resonated with me. This wind, it's tearing apart old alliances, even long-held friendships, even families. But it's also sweeping people together into new groupings, pushing us together out of necessity, whereupon many of us realise these are the people we should have had in our lives all along. I appreciate everyone here that able to stand up, and I am honoured to be standing with you. We are the solution.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Mick. Up next is a person who's served the community. He's continuing to serve the community, but he's taken off the uniform. Put your hands together for Rolando, the ex-cop.
Brother. You know, back in, I wasn't around, but 1821, I think it was, there was a French philosopher, Joseph de Maistre, and he told us that a country gets the government it deserves. Now we have the government we currently deserve as a nation. But us all here have given ourselves that gentle uppercut. And we're awake, and we're not going to stand for that type of government any longer. We deserve a new government. We deserve one that will stand for rights and freedoms and human rights and liberty. I was a cop for 31 years and I served the community very happily. And there's a lot of cops out there today who are in conflict, because they've done what they thought was the right thing. They've taken a couple of jabs, keep their job, to keep food on the table, but now you know what? The third jab's looming. And what follows the third one? The fourth, and then the fifth. When does it stop? It stops when we say no! We say no! We say no! I love you all. Well done for being here. We stand together. When we stand together, this happens for us. If we're standing alone, it happens to us. When God is for us, who can be against us? Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. All right, up next is somebody that, you know, everybody tells you, I listen to science and the doctors are telling me. Well, here's a doctor that's going to tell you something totally different. Okay? Put your hands together for Dr. Kevin Coleman.
Yeah, mate.
Great to be with you this afternoon, Sydney, and it's wonderful to see the Lebanese flag out of the corner of my eye, and I give honour to my forebears from Ireland and Lebanon. Look, we've got a great battle on our hands, a battle for our personal integrity, and also a battle for our national integrity and national sovereignty. Our institutions, the medical institutions, federal and state and territory governments are awash with multinational sponsor donation from these multinational corporations, which is distorting biomedical research, medical education and public policy. Nowhere is this more obvious than with the COVID crisis we're currently facing. Now, I don't doubt that there are deaths from COVID, unquestionably. Over 1,000, I believe now. The average age of death in Australia from COVID, about 87. The average age of the male in this country is about 82 at the moment, and females about 83. This is a joke. What's happening at the moment is that we're seeing, every time you turn on the TV, the propaganda being rammed up, and it is propaganda. So it's pushing out the fear factor and the addictions. Have another beer, put a bit more pig on your fork, etc., etc. The battle we have from a health point of view in this country, and they're not talking about health, they're trying to sell a vaccine. The battle we have is that over generations we've ignored the lifestyle issues that are affecting many of us, and the battle that we're going to wage for our health is in the kitchen. The way forward for our health is an unprocessed, plant-based diet, salt, oil and sugar-free. Okay, wrapping up. 4 years ago, when I protested outside Parliament House, I was hauled off before a medical council and suspended. Your GP can no longer give you informed consent on vaccines. Because if they attempt to give you any informed consent, you can dob them into the Healthcare Complaints Commission and they can be deregistered or suspended by APRA. I was suspended by the Healthcare Complaints Commission, by APRA. And I get a lot of phone calls from colleagues, and the problem is, if they give any hint that they're not in favour of you having this vaccine, on the recommendation of the government authorities, you can dob them into the Healthcare Complaints Commission. So doctors can no longer give you informed consent. They're being manipulated, they're living in fear. If you're a young doctor, and this is doctors, nurses, psychologists, the lot, if you go against the system, you'll be culled. It's not a question of truth, it's a question of power. We've got to speak up together and refuse to be intimidated and insist on informed consent without coercion and without punishment if you decide against it. Let's stand for freedom of Australia.
Thank you, Doctor. Right, here we go with another song by Michael St. George. I love that name, Michael St. George. St. George, yes. All right, the song, Do Not Comply.
Make some noise, Sydney, make some noise! Let's face it, this is a public service announcement. This is a public service announcement designed for critical thinking. Designed for critical thinking. Let's face it, we all have stories unpacking global tragedies. Let's admit, we feel the frail and the elderly, our bodies and its general intel. We feel small businesses, our youth and the promises of truth. We followed ill advice for a few who largely does not represent you. Fecundity is on its way. Children's development requires play. I feel it for those with little resources to cushion this blow, the impact and severity from crumbling states and economy. And the story not done yet, so I power down my phone and pack in a few tragedies of my own. The hours grow darker in these ditches of disaster, and a mad rush for a brick. The meal tastes worse than the vomit, and the disease seems better than the cure. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. Let's say it. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. Brushes wrench from painter's wrist, attempting to teach without free speech. But let creativity lead, because I see speed and submission to tones of greed. You say hush, I say give me one reason to trust, because I hear grace and confidence say there is a better way. I do not submit. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. So call this an attack on the lack of responsible management. How is the silos of trend and fear working for you? Geopolitical conquest, how do you do? When the smoke is clear, there'll be less people here. Some people just don't care about protecting and preserving life. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. Don't lock me down any longer. I'm about to lose my bed. Desperation high, trying hard not to lose my head. So label this lunacy, this huge appetite for conflict and debt. Label this lunacy because I saw the algorithm set. Criminals are victims on trials, vax, pack and vile in a capitalist mecca where improvement doesn't always evidence better. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. One more time. There's a hole in the mask and a crack in the glass. I do not submit. We're going to leave it there because apparently time is running short. So we're going to leave it there. We're going to wrap up for you. I do not submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martha St. George. We're going to finish off. To the police, thank you for your patience. We're going as quickly as we possibly can. We've got a permit and we've got to wrap this up. They've done a fantastic job, the police, and we don't want to spoil the end of the day. So big round of applause for the police. Thank you very much. Right, we're going to finish off last. We've got the Father Dave. He's just going to give us a quick prayer to bless this occasion and bless you all. We'll go from there.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, and with respect for the traditional owners of this land, the Gadigal people, and elders past, present and emerging, sisters, brothers, this is our time. This is our time. In the New Testament there are two words for time. There's time like what's the time, and there's time like this time, our time, the time to take back our country, the time to make history.
The time
I
for
wasn't
changes.
old enough to be part of the Indian independence movement under Mahatma Gandhi. I wasn't old enough to be part of the civil rights movement under Martin Luther King. But I am privileged, and we are privileged to be part of this time when we can take back our country and provide a better future for our children. This is our time, and we are the people that we have been waiting for. God bless us,
is the
God
time for
strengthen
gingers.
us. God, give us freedom in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And inshallah, freedom will come, and it will come soon. God bless you all.
Thank you, Father Dave. Now we've got Dwayne and the First Nations presentation. Uncle Max. Luke. Do what you got to do, boy. Guys, before we start this year's please pay respect. Show some true respect. These are our people. Behind them we will be. Thank you, Uncle.
Just briefly, folks. Thank you. No, you need to maybe. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, yeah, I've got some people. The only real reason why I bought this timber is because I've got to use it next Saturday anyway. We're going to cut it up. My two great grandchildren are down there. The council day polling. 5 generations. And we want to keep going.
It's a wheelchair for a dog.
Yeah, that's chilled. That is chilled. I wish I was that chilled. God, that is chilled.
That's so funny. You gotta get a like for that, man. Come on.
Yeah. Gotta. Got the puppy of a hat. Give it. Oh, that's so cute.
Everyone's taking photos.
Puppy in a hat.
That's right.
And that brought me through this crisis. That brought me through this crisis.
That's cute.
Is this a vaccination reaction?
Oh yeah, it's a vaccination reaction. It's just live test right here, right now. It's called showing the example. Yeah, I'd assume like oh yeah, as you can see there.
Let's just hope he's okay, eh?
Yeah, he'll be right. There's no shit. Yeah, they're giving the sugar test now.
I'm hitting the old down the dress.
Yeah,
I've never
down there.
heard you.
That was cool.
That's what we need.
Let's chill out.
That's what we
Right,
need.
chilled.
Grandson. Thanks
It's
a lot.
us. We hear you. Your fight is our fight. No, that dog is killed. That is killed.
What time is it, Sam?
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, I was right, ladies and gentlemen. It is be a blood level problem. Obviously noise, maybe hysteria, the whole lot. Nothing wrong, ladies and gentlemen. No need to stress.
Clap along, Sydney, let's see you.
Hey, baby. No, no one free is. My phone has a guy. Long way. Guys, go long way. Long way. Long way.
Sydney, one more time. Make some noise! Yeah. Again, even louder for Romeo Georges. For all the guest speakers and musicians you heard today, make some noise! And these four ladies here, Lauren, Mary Jane, Morel, and Michelle, these are the ones that put in all the hard work behind the scenes. So, special thanks to these ladies.
Romeo! 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 Yo.
Okay, we've got to cut it now, guys. We've gone a bit over time. I hope you all had a nice day together. Again, thank you to anyone that contributed to putting on this amazing effort today. Shared the posters, that invited your friends, that brought the sound and the stage in. So thank you all. Romeo will say goodbye. But thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Today happened because of
Next
you.
pop! Next pop! Next pop! Old mate's going out with the stretcher.
I can't believe this is happening. We have just achieved so much today. I just want to finish off by saying there's tables over there with some more information if you need information. As we're leaving, we are clean people.
That is creative.
We are human beings.
Hey, show us it.
So please.
What number are you? 7, 6. Okay, what was your criminal charge? What was your charge? What was your charge?
We are the cleanest people.
Civil disobedience.
Hey?
Civil disobedience.
Because you're white supremacist. White supremacist. Oh, wait, white supremacist here? Doing Nazi attacks. Does that number mean something?
God bless Australia.
Make a pop!
Next week, next Saturday, we're going to be doing
Right.
the big parole. We need anyone and everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, 0 West, 0 Vines, 0 everything. One guy had a little bit of little bit of problem there because of fear from noise and stuff. This is the blood, a little bit of a blood problem there. Blood pressure raised. Old mate went down. It's all right. Nothing's wrong there. He's all right. Old mate's all right. Safe protest. Nothing else happened. Coercion is not consent. It never will be, and it never has been.
So what we need? What we need for next Saturday?
I better get going.
Why is all here?
See, mate.
They said happy birthday, Sammy.
Thank you. Hold the bloodline. Hey, come up. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my live stream. I will be doing a video up in the next 2-3 hours or some shit, whenever I am done with everything. and I'll respond to how the media responds. That'll be interesting. How the media responds to how I respond. It's going to be lies, 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 lies. Oi, all these white supremacists right here, how could they come and be white supremacists right here in Australia? There's no white supremacists. We're Christ supremacists. Exactly. Christ supremacists. Real legends right here. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no real white supremacists right here. It's all a media lie. Don't trust them. Complete load of shit. Because I have all the footage of what's really real, or what's going on behind the scenes. And we've shown you that footage, you know, it's everyone coming together. Not one minority of people coming together, but it's all minority people coming together for one common goal. That one common goal is fixing Australia, fucking off these politicians who are being bribed by Pfizer, etc., 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 in their corrupt deals. A part of their corrupt deals is for police to arrest innocent people, and it's all illegal deals. But they'll never show you the real deals, because a part of these deals, that on the contract, when you buy these vaccines, you cannot tell the people of your country what these agreements are. Look at Argentina and Colombia for an example. Do simple research on Colombia and Argentina. You know, it came out, it was whistleblown, the evidence of Pfizer manipulating the government of both Argentina and Colombia. It's happening global. It's not just Argentina. It's not just Argentina and Colombia. It's all countries. They're the only ones who can actually expose it and show you this is actually the case.
Don't worry, I'm vegan.
Oi, we got a call. Later.
Oh yeah.
We got to get Uber.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am off. I am signing up for today. Everyone, do subscribe to me. If you do subscribe to me, you'll be seeing a video in the next couple of hours, and you'll be seeing something cool where I'm responding to them. Well, I'm responding to media, respond to us, which we all know is going to be complete lies by media. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Sydney Protest Live.